Talk about super zeros, am I right? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst animated superhero shows.
Guys, I've been doing some thinking on ways that we can tweak the superhero squad's performance.
What, like teaching Hulk to read?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at animated superhero-themed shows that were poorly received by both fans and critics.
If you can't play nice, then you have to play by your lonesome.
Number 10. The Super Globetrotters.
Calm down, Curly. We're superheroes, remember?
Look, the Harlem Globetrotters certainly know their way around a basketball court. No one's denying that. They even sort of became animated icons through spin-off shows or by making various cameos in other properties. But did we really need a show about these basketball legends posing as superheroes? Assuming some lame alter egos like Liquid Man and Spaghetti Man, the Globetrotters not only have to defeat Z-list villains with their bizarre abilities, they also always have to somehow rope them into playing a basketball game. Because, of course they do. Number 9. UltraForce.
Now this is the way to start the day. So where's that missile base?
Taking relatively unknown properties and crafting them into exciting narratives featuring well-rounded characters is the sort of thing Marvel is known for today. However, like the X-Men series that dealt with issues like prejudice, social warfare, and identity, with some awesome fight scenes thrown in, UltraForce arrived on the scene far too late, and with basically no chance of succeeding.
Not bad for a weak, pathetic child.
It followed the standard formula. Group of different yet gifted individuals joins forces to defeat a tyrannical threat. But people felt the whole thing was so copy and paste that it didn't bring anything new to the table. No wonder it only lasted one season.
Since you kids can't play nice, I just had to separate you. Where'd they go?
Number 8. The Avengers. United They Stand.
I'm not exactly Captain America, or Thor, or Iron Man, now am I?
Hey there, true believers! See all those awesome superheroes you've never heard of before? See how each of them has heavily tacked on power armors? Well, hurry up and scream at your parents until they buy each and every complimentary toy. Yeah, this show had people screaming cash grab.
Come on, guys. You didn't think I'd let Papa Pin keep me out of this, did you?
Focusing on some of the lesser-known Avengers isn't a terrible idea, especially in an era when the MCU had yet to bring characters like Scarlet Witch, Giant Man, and Wasp to the mainstream. But every episode just feels like one big commercial for a new action figure, a bunch of which were released by Toy Biz during the series run. Nuff said.
Wonder Man's ready. Ant-Man's mini-jet is set for action. Ant-Man extends. Captain America's droid explodes.
The shield will protect the Avengers.
Number 7. The new Fantastic Four.
Now put it down and knock off the nonsense. Just watch it. One little jar and...
The first family of Marvel hasn't had the easiest time compared to some of their superhero counterparts. Technically the second series based on the four, this retained the less than stellar animation quality of its 60s predecessor, but was also said to have been bogged down by dismal action, and plots that didn't even seem to have any enjoyable campiness.
If I don't practice every day, my power may grow stale.
Of course, the biggest kick in the shin came when they wrote Johnny Storm out of the show entirely, and replaced him with a robot named Herbie. May as well call this one the Terrible Trio.
You okay, little buddy?
The only thing hurt is my pride.
Number 6. The Superhero Squad Show.
Hey, you chrome dome, what gives?
I give.
Obviously aimed at a much younger audience than the MCU movies that came out around the same time. There's a certain innocent charm in terms of how the Superhero Squad Show handles its characters, but it still feels like a huge step back for Marvel.
Let's get back aboard the helicarrier and have a little what went wrong meeting.
Going for the easy laughs is one thing, but when you're standing shoulder to shoulder with other shows that challenge the audience while still being aimed at kids, and you go for super deformed looks and out-of-character personas, like a mega jovial Incredible Hulk or a stereotypical gnarly bro Silver Surfer, you ain't likely to win over many fans. And they didn't. Number 5. Swamp Thing.
What's so tricky? I'll live forever and you'll wither on the vine.
We're still not quite sure what headspace the creators were in when they wrote this one. Someone saw the need to make a superhero show that teaches kids about the environment, but also has its protagonist beat up bad guys.
It's those trespassing brats! Exterminate them!
Someone else must have suggested the DC Universe character that nearly died in an explosion and got mutated into a horrifying creature as a result. Boom! Done. Show is in the bag. But in reality, this divisive premise seemed like it was trying to mix Captain Planet and Batman. But it did so unsuccessfully, ultimately resulting in only a handful of episodes.
Eat this, muckman! Plant poison!
Number 4. Super Friends.
Aquaman has followed him down, but it is too dark to see.
So much cheesiness. While some part of us will always be thankful that this show laid the foundation for the Justice League, albeit a shaky one, there's no denying that the overtly campy portrayals of these iconic characters do not hold up well.
I can't believe it, Batman.
Don't come unglued, Robin.
Later incarnations of the series attempted to focus more on the Justice League, and masterpieces like the Batman and Superman animated series would soon come along. But nostalgia can only take you so far when critics say your animation is flawed. In the end, this first version's lame story and abundance of campiness were too overwhelming.
And Marvin, don't forget not everyone has super strength, but everyone has a brain. You can do super things with your brain.
Number 3. Iron Man. Armored Adventures.
Attention criminals, you're toast.
Tony Stark has become a legendary character in mainstream pop culture. So to capitalize on Robert Downey Jr.'s first cinematic outing, we got whatever this is. A retelling of the Iron Man mythos. We focus on Tony Stark as he vows to continue his father's legacy by becoming the invincible Iron Man and defending innocents from… Wait, did they turn Tony into a teenager?
Emergency override! Emergency override! Get me out of here!
But aside from that radical departure from the Playboy booze-drinking genius we all know and love, the 3D CGI effects were also questionable to look at, even at the best of times.
You mean one of the tests that keeps trying to wipe us out?
Number 2. The Marvel Superheroes.
Hold on, Sando. I want some explanation about your so-called act.
This one can probably be written off as a product of its time. At first glance, with the classic comic book art style, it looks like they're actually taking the characters right off the page. But then you soon find out that each episode is only made up of 3 7-minute segments. The narratives are not what you'd call deep or interesting, the animation is severely limited, and people had trouble getting invested, despite the narrator's enthusiasm.
Can the Hulk withstand the deadly stream of bullets sure to come? Or will he die?
Props must be given for the awkwardly catchy theme songs they constantly blared at us.
Melted by gamma rays, turned into the Hulk.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some dishonorable mentions.
Okay, so we got hit with these ball things, and now the roach floats, and Kevin's a possum.
All I did was press it, and then I'm a possum. Who are you people?
I'm your worstest nightmare.
That's their ticket out of here.
Consider that ticket punched, pal.
Number 1. Teen Titans Go.
Time we talked about something really important. This guy's birthday!
What was once a shining example of great storytelling that mixed together brilliantly animated action scenes with touching relationships, real-world topics, and some truly mature themes, has upset multiple critics for offering very little to DC Comics connoisseurs. In fact, to longtime fans, this feels more like a slap in the face.
Beast Boy, hurry up.
What makes Teen Titans Go feel most like a betrayal is the fact that the characters no longer act like themselves, but retain their original voice actors. Well, that and the creators seem to have gone out of their way to lash back against detractors.
You guys up for a game of What's Inside a Silky?
No thanks. Our wrists are tired from playing air hockey all day.
They have air hockey?
Not for long, they don't.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.